Well, I can finally say it. Merry Christmas. And welcome back to the 24th and final day of our Advent calendar journey. It has been quite a ride so far. As you remember, yesterday we got a USB cable from Flex, and the day before that we got another USB cable from Flex. So that's fun. So let's see what's in stores for the last day of our journey. So today let's start with Flex. So it has the last chance to redeem itself. I just hope there will be no more USB cables. We have enough. One micro USB, one USB-C. So yeah, the last 24th window is here. Let's open it up. And it seems we have an actual tool. Let's unpack it. This seems to be an electric screwdriver from Flex. I do have to say it looks pretty nice. Let's test it a bit later. Now let's go to case tools. Now let's find number 24, which is the last door available. Let's open it up. What do we have here? And whoa, we have what seems to be a flashlight, which doesn't work. So yeah, we'll check that out. Hope it will work. We'll see. So yeah, so far it's a pretty good conclusion day, as we have an electric screwdriver from Flex, which we kind of expected, as they gave us the cord and the instructions yesterday. I don't know what's better, to give it later or give it before, as before spoils the surprise, and after it leaves the 24th of December with a cord. I'd say put it all in one place, but I guess it's impossible. At least they think so. So yeah, and a flashlight from Case Tools, which I did not expect. This is like a work torch with a very weak magnet. Super weak. It's actually absurdly weak. I've had torches before, but yeah, this looks really flimsy. But let's check it out. Let's start with this thing. So yeah, let's test this thing out. This is the Flex SD5300 4.0 electric screwdriver, obviously. I did prepare a wood piece and a couple of screws in different sizes. These are 4x30, 4x40, and if it can handle, 6x70. These all are Torx head screws, as I personally prefer them. They don't slip, at least usually. So yeah, let's start with the small one. This is 4x30 with a T20 head. Let's take the same Flex bits. Let's find T20, put it in. It does have a magnetic holder. That's pretty nice. It has a both forward and reverse button, and it seems that it has multiple torque settings, which is pretty nice. Let's put it at max for this. Let's take one screw and see how it goes. Okay, can handle that. So now let's try 4x40 with the same head, same diameter, but slightly longer. Okay, no problems there. Let's switch it out. Let's take the 6x70. I'll be really impressed if it can handle these screws, as they are pretty tough even for some drills. And let's see what happens. So yeah, maxed out. I'm still pretty impressed at the performance, as it is an electric screwdriver. Just to compare, this is what I've tested in the past. It is less powerful, as it's only 3.6 volts. It has this super interesting bit changer. It looks like a toy, I would say. But yeah, just to compare, let's test it with the same screws. Let's start with 4x30, so it's fair. I did struggle a bit with that, but that's actually what I more or less expect from an electric screwdriver. This was beyond my expectations, I would say, as I mostly use an electric screwdriver for easy screws, for assembling, disassembling, let's say computer parts or whatever. They don't need the torque. I did struggle quite a bit, but it still got the 4x40 screw in, which is actually pretty surprising. I didn't expect that. I won't torture it with the big screw as it already struggled, but yeah, that was just to compare. With that being said, this thing does cost about 2 times as much as this thing, and it has more power. So I think there are no surprises why it outperformed it. It should. It's expected of it. This thing still has this cool bit adapter, so yeah, which I've never seen before. Yeah, with that being said, I actually really like this tool. It has a really intuitive button selection. As you can see, simply select the torque level and it's easily displayed. It has a easy to manage reverse and forward. I'm pretty sure you can understand that. It has a pretty strong magnet at the end, which holds the bit quite well. It's hard to get it out. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And now let's check this thing out, which is a flashlight from KS Tools. So far, it seems to not be working, but yeah, it's really light. It's only 59 grams. But yeah, I want to get it working. The problem is that I don't know how to open it. I guess it opens something like this. As I try to squeeze it like this, it seems to crack at the middle. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or what. Something just opened up, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to do that. Oh no, here's actually a super small, I don't know if you can see it. There's a super small arrow here. So maybe like this. Yeah, and here are the batteries. I do have to say I praised Flex for its intuitivity, that it's easy to handle, easy to understand. This thing, I didn't even notice the arrow at the beginning. It's super small and super unnoticeable. I don't know how to show it. It's a slight over here. Slight mark on the rubber. Yeah, you actually open it like this. And it seems there was a piece of plastic to remove. And now it seems to start working. Oh, that was not pleasant. Yeah, it's decently bright. This side, it's not as much. I'll try and find something to test against. So yeah, just to compare, I gathered up a couple of lights. This is my favorite headlight from Milwaukee, which is super bright. And this is the classic Milwaukee M18 torch. So yeah, let's test it out. Whoa, this light actually looks pretty nice on camera, I'd say. Maybe I should film like this. Yeah, I left these lights so I can navigate around, but I think it's dark enough so we can test it out. So I can't find the button now. Okay, it's here. I don't know how to check it, which is brighter. This one is definitely brighter, but it's also larger and stronger, so no surprise. I need to get something in the same size. But yeah, still let's test. I don't know if you can see it, but the light actually goes through the cracks, which is not a good sign, I would say. It's probably not waterproof, yet it feels rubbery, so it's strange. But yeah, don't mind that. So now I don't think there's a point to compare with this thing, but yeah, now you see why it's my favorite headlight. Show you how everything looks when I switch it on. It has 3 different modes. So let's say I need to look at that direction. I switch it on and sorry for that. Everything looks pretty damn bright. Where's this thing? Not so much. What's this the other torch function? Well, this is actually a lot brighter. Let's test against this thing. No, this is still brighter. But this is actually not bad. Let's see how it lights up when attached to a base. I don't know if you can even see it, but yeah, it's pretty decent work light. I do have to say, if you're using it like a work light attached to a hood or whatever with a magnet, the magnet is super weak. I'll check if I have anything to test it against. I did actually find one more light, which is this thing, which is a pretty old work light. So you can see it. Let's do it like this. It has a hook, and yeah, it can hook up or attached by a magnet. I got it, I don't know how many years ago, for like 10 bucks or something like that, so it's pretty cheap. But just for the sake of it, let's test the magneticity of them. I should have filmed like this before. It actually looks pretty damn nice. But yeah, let's attach these. This thing and this. You can see. Also has a light from the bottom. This one does give out more light, but this one is, not to be rude, but cheap trash. Or yeah, call it as you will. But let's test the magneticity. How strong? It's pretty decent. It does stick. It won't fall. Whereas this thing, actually, if you try and pull it directly, it's a bit stronger than this thing. But as it is longer, it does need to be quite a bit stronger, as otherwise, you can see, even a slight touch. And I'm not pushing. It's just a slight touch of the finger, and it already starts to fall. Whereas with this type of light, I can even push it stronger. Just to compare, I'll actually touch it with the same force as this thing. So as you can see, this one starts to fall. Let's scientifically apply the same amount of pressure. It doesn't even move. Now let's apply more pressure, so this thing starts to move. And let's see what happens with this when I do the same. Yeah, no amount of resistance. So I do understand that this has less surface to grab on, as well as I'm touching at the very end. But if you make such a product, you should make it ready for that. So yeah, overall with this thing, I do have to say I'm a bit disappointed. It's sad to say, as K-Stills showed a really good promise with this calendar, but this thing, it just feels like a super cheap flashlight. I had higher hopes for them, as they are a pretty good brand, but yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, there are some cracks. It's very hard to navigate, and yeah, I don't know if the batteries are going, I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, maybe the batteries are going bad. These are the original batteries that came within it, but yeah, it already started to flicker. So yeah, as much as I like this lighting, it's pretty hard to see anything, so like magic. So yeah, hard to say how I actually feel about about today, as Flex had a pretty good redemption with this tool, which is actually pretty awesome. I like it. But then again, KS tools gave us, I'd say, a disappointment. The torch is pretty good, but it's not what I expected from them. As KS tools is a pretty decent brand. Yeah, this thing looks more like from a dollar store, I'd say. Whereas this thing looks and feels really sturdy and awesome. Before this, I would say KS tools gave us the better experience. But after this, I do have to say I'm probably leaning more towards Flex. I'm pretty sure the value they gave us is a lot more concerning this thing, as I think it costs around 40 bucks alone, which is close to the price of the entire set we got from KS tools. But when it comes to experience, as you remember, Flex gave us a lot of bits and empty days, whereas KS tools had a pretty even spread with some surprises. Quiet. With that being said, we still have one more thing to do. I think we need to tear both of these open and see if nothing's loose. I'm pretty sure Flex has something there. So yeah, let's start with KS tools. Let's just tear the paper off. Let's see if nothing's loose. And it seems that everything was in its place. Maybe I'll actually use this foam for something. It's pretty nice. That's like an extra gift. Yeah, decent. And now let's tear up Flex. The final tear up. Yeah, it seems we have 2 more bits. That will complete our boxes, otherwise we had 2 missing spots. So that's nice. Overall, I do have to say, if I would need to pick one of these as a gift, I'd probably choose KS tools. As even though Flex gave us the more valuable tools, I'd say the overall experience opening it up was way better with KS tools. Flex gave us something interesting in basically 2 days. All the other days were USB cables, bits, or nothing. KS tools was a bit more interesting in that sense. But tell me what you think. Which one would you prefer? I'm curious. And now let's jump to the last and 4 days fact. Well, actually on Christmas Eve, December 24th, 1948, a family of 3 moved into the first ever fully solar house, which was located in Dover, Massachusetts. It was an idea decades ahead of its time. No one up to that day had ever tried living in a residence heated only by the sun, much less through a New England winter. So yeah, that was quite an accomplishment. So yeah, as the final day of our journey concludes, I do want to say thank you to everyone that watched these videos together with me. I'm actually really happy I finished this series. I know it was not the most interesting one, I believe it. There were quite a lot of mundane days, but I tried making it as interesting as I could, and I really appreciated the ability to relive these memories together with you. And not only that, the series actually pushed me to become better, to feel better in front of a camera, to edit faster, and to overall improve, as it pushed me to film and edit videos every single day for 24 days straight, which was actually not as easy as you think. Each video took about, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours combined with filming, editing, posting, so on, just to make these 2 to 3 minute videos. So I'm super grateful if you watched them, and I do have to say, I don't know if you can see it, but personally I really feel I got better talking to the camera, better editing. So I think next year our content will be a lot better. I already have quite a long list of plans that I want to do during the next year. If you want to follow along, please subscribe. When starting this channel, I did have a goal for the first year to reach 100 subscribers just so I know that people are interested in what I'm saying. We're actually not that far from it. So if you're not subscribed and you'd like to make this wish come true for me, please subscribe. And yeah, let's see how it goes. At the moment, I'm not sure if there will be another video this year, but next year there will be a lot of them. So yeah, see you soon. Bye.